I don't know how else to say it, but look at this chart, which represents repo rates, rates at which banks lend to each other and all. So like, well, that's not important. What's important is right before every single major crisis, this exact thing has happened. Look, .com crash, boom. 2008 crash, boom. 2018 crash, that was a small 19 or 18, that was a small terror thing. And then COVID crash, boom. And now we are very close to another one. We are very close. Look, every time it reaches minus 39% from the top, boom, 39%. Puff, this is here it started. 2008 crash. With the .com crash, I think it's a little bit less accurate. Yeah, but still kind of the same. COVID, it was the same too. 39, puff, crash. And now we are reaching it soon. Oh my days. Oh no. So close. I don't know, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm ready. Kind of. I was expecting more of a crash, like in here next February though, because that's what it always happens. It always works like this. Look, COVID crash, when did it happen? February 21, boom. Next one, 2008, kind of on February 2. If we look at the S&P, January, February, yeah, poof, oh my god, minus 53. And .com, I think, kind of did it too. Yeah, I have two Februaries on the .com crash. First crash, February. Second crash, February. Oh, and even more recently, exactly February 21, just like in COVID, the tariff third war. Boom. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I was expecting more to be, which makes sense, because look, right before the COVID crash, you also have one fake crash to scare you, and then the real one happens, like this, and then it keeps on going up until February, and then crashes, because you can't be perfect, and they have to do this to destroy the bears, the early bears who short too early. Look, it's the same one. It's the same one. There's just no doubt. And then, when the time comes, when the VIX is low, because before every single crisis, VIX is also low. Look, before COVID, VIX was at here, cheap, very cheap. Before 2008 too, very cheap. And we cannot see the .com, but I think it was here, kind of. It wasn't as popular before, the VIX, but yes. And what I'm trying to do with it is catch a 800% profit, literally 800%. I will DCA the VIX here, and I will also do options very close to February. Heavy big options, call options, to make way more than 800% on part of it. But yet this thing is showing signals of a crash way earlier than it should have been, which of course, because the money supply is tightening, The Fed is lying right now. They're lying. They're saying we are lowering interest rate, blah blah blah. It's a lie. Look, let me show you this. The bonds, or maybe the 10-year bond is more accurate. Okay, so what happens when they lower interest rates? This goes up. And what happens when they increase interest rates? Goes down. So why it's going down currently? Because they're lying. They lowered nothing. They just lowered the target rate, not the real interest rate. Because how you actually lower the interest rate is by printing money, by putting assets on the balance sheet, purchasing them by printing money. Look, when they lowered the interest rate to save the economy in 2020, they printed money. Here, you see it goes up. Same for 2008. They printed money to save the economy or to save the banks. Depends on who you ask. So why now is it going down for years? Because they're increasing sneakily, like a sneaky golem, sneaking higher interest rate. Why? To cause a liquidity crunch, to destroy the market. Or I don't know, maybe they're not doing it on purpose, depending on who you ask. But the end result is exactly that. That's why we're seeing this tightening of money here. They're going to break something eventually. It's on their way. So I would recommend to keep cash. Keep a lot of cash. If you're holding a lot of money in your bank, it's not going to be nice for you. And yeah, cash. Crypto, I kind of sold it off to some customers because I do OTC. Let me show you a little bit. No, I'm not showing that. I'm not showing that. It's for another topic. But yeah, something's gonna break soon, man. And I hate it because I'm not ready yet. Haven't loaded up on the VIX. Matter of fact, I'm shorting it a little bit right now until here. Also predicted this top, shorting that gas. And my stock portfolio is looking like this. Nasdaq, a little bit of Take-Two, Tesla, that I added recently. Easy play. For a Nasdaq, I mostly bought here at the bottom of the tariff hood because I just knew it was crap. I just knew. You can look back on my old videos. And okay, let me show you what is it. Just right here I did buy. Let's go look through it. April 7, the bottom, literally the bottom. I didn't miss. Boom. So yeah, my portfolio is not ready for a crash right now. Literally, I don't have hedges. It will go down in value and I don't want that. Yeah. So I just hope that it's just a little fake out, nothing much. And even the whole layout is looking exactly like before 2022, even with crypto, Bitcoin. Look, you see, it peaked in 2019. Kind of traded sideways, baited people into thinking it was gonna make a new high. Boom, dropped. As opposed to the stock market, who made a new all-time high while baiting people to get in and then crash. It's the same thing today. All-time high, not all-time high, peaked and then could do the same pattern. Yeah. So yeah, we're sticking to the plan. I'm not gonna hedge early. Maybe I'll figure out some hybrid stuff, but in case this is, but yeah, it's very close to 39%, so it's scary for real. Because when I looked at it like a few days ago, yeah, it was here, and that was 33%. We had margin, but like 35, 39. Where's that? Here. Then here we're done. We're just basically done. Maybe it's not that accurate. Maybe we should look from here. I don't even know exactly. No, in my opinion, yeah, you have to look at from the top. You see, 39. Even here, you see, it started updating at 39, which is proof. You see, 39. It's exactly 39 every time. Then again, yeah, here it wasn't that accurate because it was early internet stuff, I guess. I don't know what to think about it. Yeah, we stay the course. Maybe I'll hedge on this while trading. Like I'll close the longs, the little longs that are almost closed. I switch up to shortings, hybrid. We'll see, or I'll do just nothing. Cause look, either way the VIX is really low. There's no problems there. If there was really an underlying problems, VIX will be shooting up like this, or at least here. Is the government shutdown even over? What? It's still shut down, and there's no difference. We don't care. Oh no, it's opened. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, none of this matters. Even a few days ago we had FOMC. I didn't even watch. I don't care. I don't care about interest rate by J. Powell. The news, the unemployment. None of this matters. What matters is just what the market wants to make of it. So just ignore it. Like, that's simple. It made my life so much easier when I stopped caring about this stuff. Oh, it's John Powell is going to speak. Just and they're lying again. They're lying sacks of Google. Look at that. What you mean you're lowering interest rate? What you mean? You're increasing it. You are increasing this. Go ask ChatGPT or whatever you use. He'll tell you. If you ask him the right questions, tell him. Well, let's do it right now. Look at that. Live from the man. Shut you. Stop yapping. Yes. Yes, exactly. You see it from the man himself. It's all a lie. The Fed is a private entity. They're not here to help you. Look at that. We've never seen a slope like so deep like this. They're lying. They're gonna destroy the economy temporarily. It's a sad thing. You'll lose your job and you won't be able to buy the very last time that Bitcoin will be cheap again. Because you won't have a job, or your business will slow down significantly because your customers won't have any money or anything like this. It's unfair. But yeah, what I'll do to protect against this YOLO long calls on the VIX. everything I can. It will shoot up like it did before, even higher this time. And that will be my cash pile to buy the dip. Hope so.